Well, good morning to you all. And yesterday, some of you were there. I've had a look at the top, so some of you have returned. Maybe you do it every day. I'm very impressed. Wonderful. But I thought that for these 6 sessions that I'm with you over the next few weeks in October, that I would utilize that timing for a little block on developing and generating bodhicitta. So, yesterday we focused on the recognition of all sentient beings as being, at some point or another, our mothers, and and then developing after that recognition to remember their kindness because we have had so many lives. And all this is actually based on understanding the nature of the mind. Because really, if you don't have that sense of the long view of consciousness, then it's a little bit more difficult. So it is very much tied in, this meditation, with being able to, if not completely understand, to go that whole distance with the nature of consciousness, to get a feel for what it is that moves from life to life, how therefore we can develop the mind to become enlightened, and how therefore we can transform our everyday life by generating this incredible thought of wanting all other beings to become enlightened. So these are the steps we take. So let's go into our meditation and we'll take refuge in a relaxed way. Make sure you're turned off. And let's focus today on repaying our mothers. So we take refuge. You go for refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, the only reliable source of refuge. And understanding the Dharma and that path, we can then feel our reliance on it, and therefore the definite outcome of our enlightenment. And in this incredible Mahayana tradition, we take everyone, every single sentient being with us. We cannot rest until all beings have become enlightened. So we can begin our meditation just by entering the space, the spaciousness, the light of the morning that you have. Take some deep breaths and allow yourself this most profound 30 minutes of meditation. And we are really talking about extraordinary, great love and great compassion. If we are considering not just those we have pity for in this life, and not just those we love because they give and bring us so much, but beings who perhaps even bring us problems. Defeating our anger, our hatred, by that recognition that we are all carrying the seed of ignorance and all destructive actions of body, speech, and mind are rooted in this ignorance. Immediately generate love and compassion for every being from your heart. And we add the recognition that every one of these suffering beings at some time or another has helped us, loved us, borne us in their wombs. The interdependence is just so unimaginable. And then when we think of their kindness, you might think, well, they just did it. They had no choice. And perhaps even some mothers have not even been particularly careful with us. We return to compassion. We live because of others. We're here today, working with our minds because of the kindness of our mothers. And we think of the archetype of the mother, and you will see elements of your own mother within that archetype. Caring, responsible, nourishing, nurturing, unconditional, no matter how we repay them, often with unkindness, accusations, criticisms. So generate some strong regret for ever having repaid your mother in this life and other mothers you have known in all your previous lives. How have you treated them if this is how you treat them now? Resentment, derision at some time or another, and feel so much regret for thinking this way about someone who has shown you such kindness. And then generate a strong wish to repay them properly. They deserve it. It's like a responsibility. How can we not help them? So when we think like this, we really do generate great love and great compassion. Great, because it is beyond our self-centeredness. And then we can consider how to repay them. Now, as worldly people, we will send a card, buy a bunch of flowers, take them out for lunch, perhaps even in their old age, tend to their needs. Great kindness. This is wonderful. Elderly parents often just wait for the phone call once a week from their children. Whilst we live our busy lives, they sit and wait, as they also wait for death. So although these are wonderful gifts, well, you can imagine kindest and the best gift possible. Because nothing in samsara is lasting. You may well be someone like myself whose mother has already passed, and I look back with regret at certain things I said and did, which she never held against me. So whilst we can have regret for worldly failings or shortcomings, again out of our ignorance, we can, through this practice of generating bodhicitta, conventional bodhicitta, that will result in ultimate bodhicitta, the precious mind of wisdom. We can open our hearts and repay them, take on the responsibility, and take on the vow which whilst we might be focusing on one, we then extend to all sentient beings. And if you like, you can visualize yourself surrounded with your family seated around you. And you'll focus on your mother and your father. And making a vow to all the Buddhas that you will generate the great heart of compassion and love. Realize ultimate bodhicitta and lead all mother sentient beings to enlightenment. We'll spend a few minutes contemplating this and generating from your heart love and compassion to all the beings surrounding you. How wonderful it would be to be able to give the Dharma to my mother sentient beings. May all these beings have happiness and the causes of happiness and generate great love. Every single one, focusing perhaps on those you have issues with, who you struggle. You don't have to like them. We just have to love them, understanding the roots of their suffering. May all these sentient beings, mother sentient beings, be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. Such compassion for so many lost beings. May I help all these beings to never be separated from the happiness of sorrowless bliss. May I help all mother sentient beings to abide in equanimity, free from aversion for some and attachment to others. And visualize every being permeated by the light of that love and compassion you send out. Like the most enormous hug, just as a mother embraces their child, wanting to protect them from the suffering of the world. Dissolve them into light totally and draw them into your heart and just feel the expansion and the power of your bodhicitta at your heart. And focus on that for a little while. And dissolve the visualization and bring yourself back to the present moment in your space. And please bless me to generate true effortlessness and passion, such as a mother has for her beloved child, by thinking that all living beings are equally tormented by their distracted and confused minds, and that all are my mother, and all have been constantly kind to me. And we can dedicate, due to these merits, may I quickly attain Buddhahood and lead all mother sentient beings, without exception, into that enlightened state. Thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity to generate bodhicitta with you. Fabulous.